Hello, dear students. This is your teacher Anne, and in this video, I will be discussing the definitions of accounting. So, when you hear the word accounting, what comes in your mind? If you are an accounting student, I'm sure that your teacher expects you to learn the different definitions of accounting. So, let's get started. According to the American Standards Council, an accounting is a service activity. So for you to remember better yung definition na binigay sa atin ni American Standards Council, just remember ASC. So it is a service activity. So kung meron kayong may encounter na question sa exam na parang matching type or pinapa-determine sa inyo kung alin sa mga definitions na nakalista yung galing sa American Standards Council, this is how you will remember it. So ASC is ASC. It is a service activity. Its function is to provide quantitative information. So ang accounting daw ay ginagamit para magbigay ng information. Anong klase na information? Only quantitative information. So pag quantitative or quantitative, ibig sabihin yung information is in numbers. Okay, numbers. May makita kang numbers. And these numbers are primarily financial in nature. So yung mga numbers na makikita natin or mapoprovide natin is mga numbers na related sa money. Okay? Financial in nature. That means in accounting, yung numero ng mga information na pinoprovide natin are mostly financial or monetary in nature. And these information are about the economic entities. So, ano ibig sabihin ng economic entities? Ang economic entities ay mga tao or mga organization na merong mga economic activities. So, ano yung mga economic activities? These are mga activities na nag-i-involve ng money. So, when you buy something, when you sell something, when you pay for something, these are economic activities. And yung mga tao or mga organization na gumagawa nito are called economic entities. And ano ba yung purpose sa pagpo-provide natin ng quantitative information? Ang purpose is to be useful in making economic decisions. Para naman yung mga may-ari ng mga economic entities na ito ay makakagawa ng mga sound economic decisions. Or para yung mga quantitative information na binibigay natin sa kanila ay magamit nila para gumawa sila ng further economic decisions, whether ano yung best na pwede nilang gawin. Okay? So, again, for the American Standards Council, accounting was defined as a service activity. Its function is to provide quantitative information, primarily financial in nature, about economic entities that is intended to be useful in making economic decisions. Again, ASC, ASC. Okay, let's learn another definition of accounting, and this time according to the American Accounting Association. Okay, this time remember 3 words. Okay, diba si American Accounting Association, 3 words yan. So yung definition niya ay may tatlong gerund. According to AAA, accounting is the process of identifying, measuring, and communicating. So tatlong gerund yan ha. Identifying, measuring, and communicating. Ano yung ina-identify? Ano yung mini-measure? At ano yung kino-communicate? Economic information. So again, when we speak of economic, that means there are activities that involve money. Okay, exchange of money and products and services. So may selling na nagaganap, may buying na nagaganap. Okay, there is an exchange of transactions. So ang ina-identify natin yung economic information, tapos mini-measure, tsaka kino-communicate to permit informed judgments. Ano ba yung informed judgments? That means these are mga decisions na solid, may basehan, may basis. At we could say that these judgments are good. Hindi lang parang gut feeling, okay? Informed judgments and decisions by the users of the information. So Somehow the same lang, di ba, yung gist niya sa definition na provided sa atin ni ASC. But again, if may mga questions sa exam nyo that would require you to match this definition to the particular organization na nagbigay ng definition na ito, just remember, for the American Accounting Association, tatlong words sila, American Accounting Association. And therefore, we have three gerunds: identifying, measuring, and communicating. Let's now move on to another definition, and this time this is provided by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, or AICPA. American Institute of CPAs. So remember four. Okay. American Institute of CPAs. So yung CPA is just one gerund, okay? Representing one gerund. So here we have four geronds: recording, classifying, summarizing, and interpreting. So ito yung hint natin. So pag nakita natin na four geronds ang meron sa definition, that means this definition came from the American Institute of CPAs, or American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. Okay, so according to AICPA, accounting is an art of recording, tapos classifying, summarizing in a significant manner and in terms of money, transactions, and events which are, in part at least, of a financial character, and interpreting the results thereof. Okay, so again, the gist of this definition is somehow the same with the two definitions that we have discussed so far. So just remember, we have three definitions provided by three different organizations. The first definition was given to us by ASC, and then remember ASC. It is a service activity. And then the second organization that gave us a definition of accounting is our AAA. So remember the three gerunds. And then the last definition was given to us by the American Institute of CPAs. And so we have four gerunds for that definition. We have recording, classifying, summarizing, and interpreting. Okay, so for us to better understand what accounting really is, I have this example. So say hi to John Doe. So this is John Doe. John Doe owns a bookstore. The bookstore sells the following books. So to simplify the example, let's just say dalawa lang yung books na meron si bookstore kasi let's say bago pa lang siya. Okay, meron tayong the 5 a.m. Club and the Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. So all these books are authored by Robin Sharma. Okay, and then let's say John Doe sells the 5 a.m. Club at 700 pesos and sells the Monk Who Sold His Ferrari for 1,000 pesos. Now, diba, since these are the books that John Doe sells, of course, we could imagine as well na yung mga books na ito, John Doe purchased also these books somewhere else, right? Bago siya napunta sa bookstore niya, galing pa siya somewhere. At saka binili ni John Doe at nilagay sa bookstore niya. So let's just say that John Doe has purchased those books online and paid the following costs. So for the 5 a.m. Club, John Doe paid 300 pesos. And then for the Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, John Doe paid 400 pesos. Okay? So again, these are the selling prices, presyo ng pagbenta niya ng mga books na to. So with the 5 a.m. Club, ang price niya or ang selling price niya is 700 pesos, while the Monk Who Sold His Ferrari is to be sold at 1,000 pesos. And then, yung nabayaran ni John Doe to purchase these books, he paid 300 for the 5 a.m. Club, and he also paid 400 for the Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. Now, here comes Mr. Penguin. Okay, so let's say, pumunta si Mr. Penguin sa bookstore ni John Doe at nagustuhan niya naman yung dalawang books na meron siya. Kasi daw, avid fan din siya ni Robin Sharma, kaya binili na niya lahat. So, binili niya yung 5 a.m. Club, and then binili din niya yung The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. So, let's compute the financial information now. Okay, so revenues, yung kita. Yung kita ni John Doe sa pagbili ni Mr. Penguin sa dalawang books na meron dun sa bookstore is 700 plus 1,000. So yung kita ni John Doe or revenues niya is 1,700. While again, remember that John Doe paid 300 pesos for the 5 a.m. club and he also paid 400 for the monk who sold his Ferrari. So ang total cost niya sa pagbili ng dalawang books na to is 700. So ito yung kumbaga puhunan niya, okay, or costs directly related to the purchase of these two books. So again, yung kita niya is 1,700 while he bought these books for 700. So yung profit niya is 1,000. So just deduct the cost from the revenues to arrive at the profit of 1,000. So after computing this, we will now present or communicate the results to John Doe. So we have the financial statements, particularly the financial information yung merong revenues, merong costs at meron ding profit. It is presented in the income statement. And then we will present this to John Doe. Okay, para malaman din niya kung lugi ba siya o hindi. The process that we did, the service that we have, or the action that we did is accounting, correct? We have identified that these are the selling prices of the books. We also identified that these are the costs of the books that were purchased by John Doe online. And then we classified them into revenues, into costs, and then we were able to summarize it and to arrive at the profit, which is 1,000. And then we communicated the results to John Doe, the owner. Okay, para naman magamit ni John Doe yung information na yun para paggawa naman niya ng mga bagong decisions, whether to pursue the bookstore business or not. Okay, so that is essentially the meaning of accounting, the definitions of accounting, and that is how accounting is done in a very basic business scenario.